What I'd love you to do, Nina, is tell me a little bit about yourself. So tell me what your role is, what you do, how you get into it, etc.
My role is the marketing and brand director at the Floorbrite Group. I've been here now 21 years. So it's a family business. It was started by my dad, Martin Wyers, in 1971.
So tell me then how, because obviously a well-established business, then COVID comes along.
Yeah.
How did COVID affect you?
We're not just doing cleaning anymore, so it has been all right. My dad passed away in 2010. And then my mum became the chairman, and my two brothers are the joint managing directors, and I do the marketing. When Dad was alive, we were just basically a commercial cleaning contractor. The largest bit of the business was the daily cleaning, where all the cleaners are employed. And we had an industrial division and a windows division, and that was pretty much it. I wanted to do marketing and asked Dad the year before he died, and he said, we haven't needed marketing for 25 years, we don't need it. That didn't work out. But when he died, we started to do that. And Nick, my middle brother, he who's very much the sales focus, he really wanted to diversify into other areas and become more of a soft services provider, so a soft FM. Things like waste management, plants and grounds maintenance, pest control, access solutions. So to add on all of those services, which would complement a full daily cleaning and industrial and window cleaning side of things, we've always done across all sectors. So it's not been horrendous for us. So yes, okay, the largest side of what we do is in offices, but we also in retail, distribution, manufacturing, education, healthcare. So we've got a nice even spread. When COVID happened, we were like, oh my goodness, how is this going to affect us? What is it going to do? It didn't do the damage that we thought it was initially going to do. Mm-hmm. Yes, okay, 580 staff went on furlough, and they were predominantly from the office chunk that we do. But then all those other places that were still going, 60 Aldi supermarkets, they needed to keep going. We do a whole bunch of fire stations, they needed to keep going. All the distribution centres for everybody buying everything online. And then of course all of our managing agents that we clean for, where we do all the communal areas, maybe all the offices inside shut down, but they still needed the communal spaces cleaning.
So it sounds like because you've got such a diverse portfolio, you've been able to ride the storm really quite comfortably.
Yes, and we've got a really great team right from day one of locking down, and we all went home and worked, and everybody was supported with IT and laptops and everything, and we went straight online then. And at the beginning of lockdown it was Skype, and then it progressed to Teams. We were having daily board meetings, and at the beginning they were lasting 2 hours a day because everything was changing so fast, and we've got so many people.
How many staff do you actually have?
So we directly employ 1,500.
How many did you say you furloughed during COVID?
580 at the highest, and then it's come down to mid to late 300s. So it seems to be coming down 40 to 50 a fortnight.
Right, which is amazing, isn't it? So you did incredibly well not to have to furlough more people initially. Yeah. And then you're bringing them back quite quickly as well, because there's so many people that are just holding off bringing people back.
It's not really led by us, it's led by our clients.
Yeah, the demand that they need them.
Yeah, it's led by them and when they want to open up and in what capacity they want to open up. So some people, like us, at the moment, we've only got 50% office capacity of personnel working in here. For example, with a bank of 4 desks, we're only using the diagonal ones. They're all on a rota. So one week they're in 2 days and the other diagonals in 3. And then the next week they swap
round.
Working from home. So they're doing a blend.
And is that working for you, that sort of blended working from home, working in the office?
It is. It's absolutely fine. It's my first week back in full stop, because those of us that have got kids that have only just gone back to school, none of us have been in.
So you've obviously braved the storm incredibly well. Do you think that there's certain industries, certain sectors that are going to be more resilient because of COVID? And do you think you're in one of those?
Yeah, I do think that we're one of those because everybody's thankfully becoming a lot more cleaning conscious. If they're not going to do things like fogging or electrostatic spraying with some sort of chemical that's got a residual effect, meaning it carries on working after you've applied it, and you're just going to be spraying and wiping a virucidal cleaner, you're going to have to do that a lot. When we are making those plans for clients that are opening, we're talking about increased high touch point cleaning. In the interim, as a client's just opening, they're saying, oh, we've only brought back a handful of staff, so they want to reduce service, but then very quickly they're increasing it.
We want you all back in now.
Yeah, and very short notice like that, or they want maybe another shift at the end of the day, or they just want it right back to the full hours of cleaning.
So what do you think is the biggest challenge for you now? What's the biggest thing as a business that you're facing?
Looking now at the potential redundancy situation. There are those clients that as soon as the furlough scheme finishes and the government stops paying their staff's wages and they haven't got the money to pay it or pay us, that they'll either be closing or they'll be reducing or they're getting rid of their office space. We are already aware of a few sites where we are making those plans already, and no doubt there will be a lot more to follow as well that we're not aware of yet.
And I think also this will go into next year.
Yeah.
So people will think they're going to get through, but unfortunately might not. They'll have a change in requirements for you.
Absolutely. I mean, look what happened yesterday. You know, we've gone back into quite a
change in rules, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it'll also affect people's confidence. So people start getting more confident about going out and about and getting back to it. And then when you hear things like back to 6, you go, oh, hold on a minute. What does this really mean? I think it does have an effect on both the economy as well as individuals. So have you had any changes in the last 6 months that you think, actually, I don't want to go back?
So I've quite enjoyed working from home. It's great not having to do the rush around.
So how do you think you can make that in your life? How do you think you can make those changes? Do you think that's possible or just not possible?
I don't think so.
It's hard, isn't it?
Nick and I are really very much on the same wavelength. He really, really wants to try to maintain some of that balance of working from home and not be like, okay, right now, everybody back to the office and you're in the office every single day.
I'm exactly the same. So if you said to me 6 months ago, you'll enjoy working from home and actually you'll find yourself very productive, I would have thought, no, I like being around people. I like being in the hustle bustle. I like to know what's going on. But I've actually got quite used to it. And like you, I've enjoyed not just being as manic. I'm not less busy, I'm just less manic. And that's been quite nice. I've quite enjoyed that, to be fair.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to coming out of COVID? What's the thing you're most excited about?
We're doing the Manchester Cleaning Show, which will be one of the first exhibitions where people are back. So that's at Event City on the 14th and 15th of October. And that's one of the first in the country to go live again. And we think that that's really, really important actually for the cleaning industry because it's really relevant right now. I'm doing tons of PR. I'm writing lots of articles, differences between bactericidal versus virucidal, antibacterial versus antimicrobial, because people don't understand the difference.
Absolutely. And it's important to understand it. So it's good. Quick question from my side. Obviously, technology is very important for my business. Do you think technology is important for your business? Do you think it will increase importance?
Yeah, we've not been able to survive without speaking to people online. And the sales guys have been doing so well. We've been doing group presentations to massive companies with groups of like 9 or 10 on screen with presentations and everything. And it's worked really well. Whereas previously, a lot of these big companies, obviously the people we need to speak to, they're all in London. So you've got 4 people on a train to London, staying in a hotel overnight.
It's a big commitment, isn't it?
Whereas no expense, presentation on screen, 2 hours maximum. It's just so much more productive.
And with you, I think there'll be a lot more of that going on. Now, being a mum with 2 of our children in the business, I am going to have to ask you, how do you find working in a family business?
Well, it can have its challenges.
Yes.
So it can be tricky when you feel like you're looking in different directions. We usually try and work through things like that as a board.
So you obviously love what you do.
I do love what I do. I'm really creative and my background is art. So I did art at Stockport College and then I went to Westminster University and did fashion. I've especially enjoyed creating new things. I like creating brochures. I like creating the information that I've put out, which would normally be in print, but obviously it's all been digital.
It pushes you a different way, doesn't it? It's amazing the different skills we've all gone to during COVID, isn't it? I'm going to let you go because I've taken too much of your time already.
Oh, it's absolutely
fine. A pleasure to discuss. Fantastic. Well, lovely to speak to you and I'll look forward to seeing you soon.
All right then. Thanks very much,
Nina.
Lorna.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.